Hello, in this video I will show you CSS borders. So we already have our HTML setup and we have a paragraph 1 here, and we shall come here and say we have a P, and we shall say we shall give it a border. So how do we do this? So we have a border bottom. We can say border bottom, and we say it's 2 pixels, and we say it's solid, and we can say black, and we can come and see at the bottom of that line we have 2 pixels thick and it's black. We can decide to say on our P, we can say border radius, border style. Border style we can say dotted, and then we can just say this is border. It's just a border of 2 pixels and border style dotted. We shall have this. If it's just border, it will go all around it, at top, bottom, left and right. If you need to specify, you can say border bottom, border top, border left, border right. So this is it for borders. And at this point you can as well add border. Let me say I have a div. I have what you call border radius as well. I can do a div here, and I can give it as a class. I can give it div1, and in my styles I can come and say this is div1. I can decide to give it a width of 500 pixels and a height of also 500 pixels, and then we have what we call border radius. If I can save border radius 20 pixels, and we shall be having something sorry, do we have this dot div1 width height? Let's give it a color, a background color of aqua. I think it will be visible. Okay, this is border radius. This is what it does. So I can decide to give it a border radius in percentage. I can say 50%. I will make it more round. It becomes a circle when I give it a border radius of round. Then so that is cool. We can use this on an image as well. I can insert an image in one of these divs. I can say img. Okay, I say I have this image, and I come this side. I will target that image, and I'll give it a border radius. I can say of 50%, and see, of course I have this image. It's not a square, a perfect square, so it comes out like this. That is border radius. And then we have also what we call margins. Margins, we look at it? Okay, I will come and say I have a div inside this. I have a div. Let me call it, let me take this div1. Actually, I will just remove the border radius, and I remain with that. So when I say margin top is the space on top here, and margin bottom the space at the bottom, margin right the bottom on the right. So when I come and say margin top and I say 30 pixels, I will get a space of about 30 pixels on top. Then when I get margin bottom, I can say 600 pixels. I want really to see that space. Okay, so that is the space down. Most times people confuse margin with padding. Padding works inside this div. For example, I've got inside this div 1 I can put a paragraph, lorem. Okay, and when I check on it, this is what I have. So div padding is the space inside between the walls of the mother container and the content. Initially we have no padding here, and when I come and apply padding onto that div, I'll say padding of 30 pixels. I must get space from the walls. I think you can see that's the difference between padding and margin. Get it right. Padding, margin creates space before, after, in the sides also, and then padding creates space inside a div or a container or anything. Get it right. I did so much. I think, did I talk about lists? I talked about lists, and what else do we need to talk about? I talked about ordered lists, talked about images, I've talked about did I talk about Z index? I will create a separate video for Z index, and we see that. But then basically this is it for today, and we'll link up with something amazing.